What's up, Gundam anime fans? It's your favorite builder, Omar Wings, another video, and today we're going to be talking about episode 8 of season 2 for Gundam Witch from Mercury, and it was a good one. So if this is your first time here, make sure you like, subscribe below. If this is your first time, comment. It does help with the algorithm for YouTube, and the support was very appreciative. So we're gonna go through the episode. Is that we're basically doing a quick review of a little some kind of recap. So if you haven't watched the episode, make sure you watch first before you want to get spoiled, and we'll see you back here. So if you remember what happened last episode, Miore is basically the blame for all the casualties on Earth, and of course everything is just going berserk. Everyone's dying. I think that it showed like the Ariel at its true form. So basically they're blaming her for everything, and obviously we all know that's Prospera's plan. This is part of her revenge plan all along, and it gets crazier, and I can't wait to talk more about it. And so everyone knows at school, everyone's got, oh crap, you know, this stuff is happening, what are they gonna do? And while that's going on, Shadiq wants to find Gruel, and Gruel wants to find Shadiq. They basically want to fight each other, long story short, and it's an amazing battle, and it's so fun to watch. This thing that Prospera's plan was to do this all along, was to basically create chaos and to create where no one is winning. And I bet she knew that Shadiq was going to get triggered by Mioran's thing, so that's why she did it. And now Shadiq and Gruel are going to try to kill each other. And so a while back at school, Soleta actually makes friends with Petra, and it's kind of like the unlikely kind of duo, but they end up kind of being really good friends. And Petra, you know, they basically confirmed that there is a ship between Petra and as well as Gruel's brother, Lada. So then basically yeah, they're trying to go on a date and stuff like that. And it's crazy because while this is going on, there's basically Nori, she gets triggered by the whole thing, and she goes out and destroys literally everything. Yeah, so the school is getting blown up, everyone's running for their lives, and yeah, there's just two battles going on, and Nori, dude, she is not having it. And at the same time, Alana's 5 is trying to stop her from doing this. And this looks really familiar. If you're into the Gundam series, you know that in terms of there's always that Denzel who's in that mobile suit just going crazy, and it's always a woman for some reason. If you ever watch Zeta Gundam, it kind of has that same idea here, where which is kind of ironic because Nori kind of does look like Camille a little bit, but that's not the point. The point is that, like, overall in every Gundam tragedy, when there is a basically a woman piloting a suit just trying to destroy everything, there's always the guy who's in love trying to stop her from doing it. And it's not only just Zeta Gundam, it happens in Gundam Seed Destiny with Stella and Shing as well. So if this stuff doesn't really go well, but it looks like it's going well because that's what Gundam does, right? Or even Lock-On in Noel, I think. No, I forgot her name. Anyu. Sorry, Anyu in Lock-On. That's also a thing that, like, he was trying to save her, and well, we all know how that turned out, right? So this was a really interesting part, and obviously with Kanachi and everything, he doesn't like the Gundams, so he's like, oh my god, I'm sick of all you Gundams. But at the other side, Nori is also saying, oh my god, you witch hunters, I hate all you all. And it's like, there's two sides that just really hate each other, and obviously they're just being the dogs and following orders, so again, there's really no right or wrong in this. And it has all the Gundam roots, which is fantastic, and it's crazy. And of course, again, we go back to Shadiq and Gruel having their fight, and Gruel is trying to be the Chad and the righteous man he is, but Shadiq kind of mentions something. He's like, hey, weren't you one that killed your dad, right? And this is when Lada hears this and hears the truth, and I'm like, oh, but now he knows, right? So yeah, this little brother's not having it. He's just going through crap after crap, and it's crazy because from this point, Gruel, he doesn't get affected by it. He's like, you know what, I'll deal with it when it happens, but first I have to stop you, right? And now it kind of gets me curious what's going to happen on the next episode, right? So they have their fight, and they're just battling for like a good 5 minutes. All right, we're gonna have to talk about this new suit, Choo-Choo's new mobile suit. This thing is so cool. Like, I really want to get this model kit when it comes out, because this is really nice. It's a really cool grunt suit, has a really cool, like, I guess, like, beam rifle. So this was cool. So Choo-Choo got to use the new suit, and obviously Nika finally comes back, and they have like their little they reconcile and all that stuff, and of course they have to defeat these gun bits, right? And finally Gruel and Shadiq have their epic battle, and obviously Gruel wins and Shadiq actually loses. And So if you don't know what Shitty kind of reminds you of, you know, if he reminds you of somebody, he reminds you of McGillis from Gundam Iron Blood Orphans, except succeeding basically. So he was doing the exact same thing what McGillis was trying to do, but you know, actually succeeding. Because if you ever watch Iron Blood Orphans, he does not succeed, and he's basically screwed over, and they do him really dirty. But at least with, you know, Shadiq in this one, he succeeds for a while, and it actually works. His plan works and everything. Actually, and again, McGillis kind of made it work. But anyways, so he has that same thought of like, okay, well, power is everything. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's his plan. But of course, he gets defeated by Gruul, and Gruul doesn't kill him. You know, Gruul is like, you know what? I don't forgive you, but I'm not going to kill you because, you know, we still need evidence and blah, blah, blah. And killing you won't do anything, right? So, you know, again, so that happens with Shadiq, and Shadiq's finally defeated. So I'm like, oh, shoot. Good. All right. And the final part, this was so sad. I was like, oh my God. I know what's going to happen, but I didn't want to say anything, and I didn't want to assume. So, you know, Alon 5 has this thing where he's like really trying to convince Nori to stop what she's doing. And, you know, they're both kind of, you know, trying to talk about it. And basically they confess to each other that they really love, well, I guess he loves her. And that he wants to basically, hey, let's live together. Let's find a way. I'll figure it out, right? Well, this line is actually really familiar. Again, if you ever watched Gundam, this is a very typical line, and we all know what's going to happen next. And you really think it's not going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen this. And now this really hurts, because at this moment, literally this moment, like, they not even a second to be able to talk for a quick second. There was no conversation. The last words was, hey, can you tell me your real name? And then she gets blasted, and she just gets sniped out by one of the soldiers. And yeah, it is not a good time for Alon, and Alon just freaking loses it. So it really makes me wonder if Alon, I think he's gonna have his revenge, and what he's gonna do, this is my personal opinion and theory, is that he's gonna literally try to go for the top and take out the people who created him, or I guess cloned him, and he's just gonna take them all out. Like, that's his next goal. Like, that's his revenge. He's gonna do it, and I think that's what's gonna happen. And of course he's probably gonna die from doing it, but he gets his revenge. And honestly, it's gonna be so sweet if he does that, because it's been way too long that they've been kind of controlling him, stuff like that. So if he takes them all out, that would be very satisfying to see. In a way, maybe it's like skull crushing, like kind of like an Iron Blood Orphans where they're crushing them. I don't know, but Alon needs his revenge. And yeah, this hurt way too much for me, and it was really sad. So and basically after all this, you know, all this shit happens, and we don't get much Miori and Soletta, and I'm actually okay with that, because I feel like there's so many good characters that need to be heard, watched, and so I'm glad that Soletta wasn't here for that long. But you can tell Soletta is just like, okay, well, I'm learning about all the realities of war. I'm gonna make the choice in helping. Oh, and before that, Petra actually is okay. Either she's dead or she's really hurt. I don't think she's dead. The reason why I don't think she's dead is because usually when you see a character like this, well, my experience is that if they're really dead, they don't normally show the face. They usually show just the legs or just the body, like being crushed. So I don't think she's dead. I think she's just injured, and you know, they're gonna use the medical technology that they're trying to do and maybe create like a parts. Because if you watch the episode before, right, let me see if I can fast forward to the part. She mentioned something about the on her notes, that it was something about the body, and I'm gonna kind of go towards that if I can find it right now. Like right here. Okay, right there. That's too much. I'm just gonna try to find it. Oh, here we go. So these are like the notes that she mentions, right? And these are the notes that kind of help with the body. Okay, perfect. So that's kind of ironic how they talk about the points right here. So I think this is going to really save her life using the medical technology. So I don't know. I think this is kind of not a coincidence, and I think this is actually foreshadowing of what's going to happen to Petra in the future. So anyways, overall, amazing episode. Again, like I said, shit just happens, and it's just getting more wild and wilder. I think it's almost done. I think there's like about like 4 more episodes left, so it's Oh my god, I am not ready. Or 5 more episodes. I don't know if it's 25 episodes or 12 episodes or 24 episodes. But anyways, what did you guys think about it? Did you really like the episode? And if you liked it, make sure you subscribe below. And what are your thoughts? Share your opinions and see you guys next video. Bye!
Hey, I was watching that.